weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, I bet that's my camera right over there, right? Is that right? Is that my camera?
You know, I'm just going to keep moving it.
I'm just.
I'm going to keep moving it. And just talk to the mic. Don't talk to the
mic.
Camera.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. You're on the Cindy Cochran Show, wherever you are. Oh, Dennis, you're on the Cindy Cochran Show as well. Yes.
Oh, now we're just getting other people in now?
Yeah, just go ahead and put everybody up. You know, usually I get to start out and talk about,
Probably the most important thing you need to mention every show. The sponsor.
I'm going to talk about the sponsor.
I think you weren't. I think you were totally going to skip that.
No, I was going to first start, though, talking about how I don't understand the Secret Service agents for President Biden. Let that dog bite. They let that dog bite him 24 times before they finally took the dog out of the White House. 24 times. Secret Service people. There wasn't, no wonder he can't walk.
Well, the local SPCA wasn't taking any dogs, man. So they couldn't just get rid of it. Unlike you, Cindy, clearly you get rid of dogs very easily. Have no sympathy towards animals that have been abused. And
I am the sweetest.
I'm kidding.
Did I not have a picture of me when it was raining really hard and I'm holding the umbrella over the dog while she was doing her business, and that's what I was doing.
Yeah. No, I remember you telling me a story where you had a brand new puppy, like 1 week old, and it tinkled on the floor on the carpet, and you put it outside.
Yes.
And you left it. You never brought it back in.
No, it ran away.
That 1 week old puppy, out in the cold.
This is a sign for liar. And so
I'm kidding.
No.
This is the Be Mean
You
to
put
Cindy
it.
show.
I'm kidding. You put it in the trunk of your car. I was kidding.
With the two trash cans.
With a bag of food.
Yes, with the bag of food. That was all I did. Don't ever let milk spill in your trunk and leave it there during the summertime and forget about it. And because it starts coming into the regular car part of the car, and you go,
This is great.
what is that smell?
We have these guests.
Horrible.
I told you I found a Hot Pocket in my car, right?
No. Did that smell bad?
It wasn't a cooked Hot Pocket. It was, I guess.
Raw?
We went to the grocery store, and I guess the box opened. And it slipped down where like the spare tire is. So I had no idea. And then whenever I read that you need to like check your spare tire air like every year. So I was like, I need to do that because you don't want to be without air in your tire. That'd defeat the purpose. So I opened it and it was just this bag. I was like, what is this bag? And,
Let me open up that bag. Oh my word!
Yeah.
You needed spoof. Have y'all heard of spoof? Oh wait, not spoof.
It's
poof. Wait.
Poof. Poof.
Yes, Poof. Have you heard of that? Have you seen the commercial?
I've seen your show about
Okay, all right. Well, Poof takes away odor, anything. And so on this commercial, he said, this is ammonia. He puts it in this girl's face, and she's going, oh, that's horrible. And he says, and he sprays it, and he says, she goes, I don't smell anything. And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, shoots it into his mouth. And he says, it's safe for dogs, humans, and everybody. It's all safe. So I finally gave in, and I usually don't buy anything I've seen on TV. But I said, I got to find out. It says Walmart has them. So I went over to Walmart, and they went, oh, that stuff is just flying off the... I don't know if we have any left. And this girl went back, found one. She said, I had one left. Don't tell anybody. And I took it home, and I thought, this stuff must work. And tried it on the garbage, tried it on, the dog, and it did. It took away the smell. So I was so proud that finally on TV they may have tell the truth about something. Wow. And so if y'all want to know, you got to get there early. I really don't know which camera to look at because I like to look at the camera once in a while.
And the camera
Richard
likes to look at you.
Which is that my camera?
You told me just to put all the cameras up, so every single camera's up.
No, I told them to put them all on me. No, I said, is that my camera right there?
What do you want to show them that you need to know what camera?
Because sometimes you'll say something really stupid, and I have to go, and I have to look at the people and say, I don't know what he's talking about.
Isn't this a show about a film festival?
We're going to get to that.
And she still hasn't even talked about Wootton Financial.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, the sponsor of the show.
Yes, he was on yesterday.
He was on yesterday.
It was a very hard show to watch.
I know.
Hard show to watch.
Imagine doing it. So it was really difficult to do. And I feel bad because I said during the show, I went, I'm a widow now. I'm a widow now. And he goes, and he looked at me like, I could see his eyes like, what are you getting ready to say? And I didn't mean to make it like, oh boy, I'm a widow now. No. It's just, I wanted to say, it's so surreal that I can call myself a widow, and it's so biblical. And so he knew that, and he thought that was funny. But he said, I couldn't believe when I had to call you, and that was the hardest call to make about your husband. And he said, but you were so, very lighthearted and all that, and you were just talking like normal, and it was wonderful talking to you. It inspired me. And I went, I'm still in shock, right? And he goes, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right. That's why you're acting like that. Mm-hmm. But I came back to do the show, and because Sam had told me, do not let anyone tell you ever, don't ever let anybody tell you don't do the show. As long as Richard let you sit there, do the show. It's good for you, and it's good to keep talking.
Yeah, just don't put me in the trunk.
And I'll put you in the trunk.
Put me in the trunk with the bag of food.
If you'll just smile for me once in a while, it'd be right. A smile. You got to tell the audience that. Are you going to tell
I'm not going to say that.
You
It's
two are
inappropriate.
so corny.
It's not inappropriate. It's funny.
Let's talk about smiles and makeup, because the makeup on this show is pretty good.
It is, but first of all, we got to thank Chris Wootton and his group, the financial group, about their sponsorship and how great they are. They've been around over 21 years, and we're so happy and honored to have them sponsoring us. They keep us on track, and they're going to make us wealthy. No, that's not. I didn't say that.
She still doesn't understand what he does. That's my favorite thing. She's interviewed him like 7 times, and she still doesn't really fully comprehend what he does.
My husband loved this guy, and he doesn't like anybody, and so he loved him because he's so smart, and Sam just enjoyed him so much. So he was on, and he was talking about, if something happens to your spouse, the first thing you should do, and these are the steps you should take in the process. And so
money. It's about money.
It's how much money you
Look at this guy.
Money.
And what did he say? Don't be shy.
I'll take it. That's a donation to Lone Star Community Radio.
Thank
Right
you.
here.
Yeah.
Wait, I get
Cindy
half of it.
can be on the air for another hour.
Right, a gas to get here again. Okay, but anyway, so they're great, and they've been around 21 years. They keep you, you can take the money out from
They're
under the
financial
mattress.
planners. It's not hard to just tell the audience that they're local financial planners.
Well, since Dennis is here, I don't need to say it more simply, but they're financial advisors.
Wrong camera, Dennis. No, I'm just kidding. Off the rails today.
Don't move your hands around too much, which you did a while ago. Shame on you. But anyway, so we're very very happy to have a sponsor because we have shows like this, and we have people like these people that will come. They've never been on the show before, and they may never come back again. But anyway, it's going to be so great to have them on. Judy Lanza and I'm not going to say your Lynn Peveril.
I was way off.
I called you Purvis.
I called you. I thought that's Purville.
I've been called all kinds
But I haven't
of
seen
names.
you.
Most of them
I haven't
worse than
seen
that,
Lynn
though.
in I feel like 3 or 4 years.
Well,
I feel like that.
Has been.
it's amazing because I said, wait, okay, it looks like fever, but with a P. Pever.
Lever. Lever.
Pever. Okay.
P.
The name's on the
Peveril.
screen. I hope I spelled it right so people can get it.
Okay, so I won't talk about it
I'm
anymore.
sure no one cares.
Lynn, and Judy with an I. I've never seen that spelled that way, so I like that. That's cute. Okay, and then this guy right here is Dennis O'Connor. So many shows we say, Dennis wrote me a note. He likes to write notes. He's in the arts.
And I tell
the
her every
acting.
time. She never responds back to you.
No, and he writes the notes.
That's a shame. They call it a chat thing. You go on, and right now you go on the air, and it's what is it? Facebook. and
Facebook,
it's-
Lone Star Community Radio.
Yeah,
YouTube, Lone Star Community Radio.
YouTube. Yeah. It's just a chat, and you can a live chat thing, and you can chat, and nobody. She never answers. She no.
Well,
Nothing.
as you
Zip,
guys
zero.
can see, if I gave her the ability to respond during the show, we would never have a show.
This
You
is
think
true.
I'm going to say
Because
something
she would just sit
nasty?
there and type and just.
Yammer? She
and-
would yammer.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Every time
I
I write
mean-
something that's about this long, and said nobody will read anything past about three sentences.
You know,
Cindy.
what's funny is yesterday's show, Andrew was mentioning something, and it's another listener who types in, I almost want to impersonate you and log in as your profile and pretend to be Cindy online.
Don't you?
I really wanted
Don't
to do it.
you-
I was like, I could just, how do you make her sound? Okay, let's just figure this out.
He'll say stuff like, so when the cops stopped you and they looked in the trunk and all the drugs that were in there, how did you respond? I went, I did not do that. And he said, did you get drunk this weekend? I don't drink. Why? You know? And he's always trying to make me look bad. So it's okay.
These
I
two
love
are
it.
a pair.
Yeah.
They're worth the
There's
price of
100
admission. I tell you.
There's 112 years of experience on this earth between the two of us. I take up most of it, but it is so interesting because the things that I'll say. You remember? No, you won't remember that. No, you don't know that either. Okay, so it's difficult to impress him because of things that I'll say something about a story
if
in
we
my
say
past.
Johnny Carson right now, I'm going to lose it. If we talk
Please,
about
somebody say Johnny Carson.
if we start
I
talking,
was not
Carson.
gonna say.
you were totally going to go
Up on
there.
Johnny
I was not gonna.
Well,
Cindy
she was on
the
Johnny Carson.
show.
Oh,
she
yeah.
met. She was sitting.
I'm
this
just trying to
close
speed up the
Johnny
story
Carson.
so we don't have to talk about it.
No.
Get it out of the way.
The big joke is like, so you met somebody new yesterday? I'm like, yeah. I said, well, how long was it before you told them you were on the Johnny Carson show? And they're like, y'all shut up. So anyway, okay, we're going to talk about the festivals now.
Conroe, that's where we are.
Conroe has all these festivals. They have so many things for the families. They've got so many things going on all the time that this is a great place to live because you can just, especially if you're close to downtown, and walking downtown is like going onto a movie set because it's so cute. And it's just like going back in time, except for everybody that's behind the doors, like at 202, Main and all that. It's all very contemporary and all that, but it just looks like you're in an old-fashioned downtown area. And Conroe is safe. I like being in Conroe because you feel safe because of all the. Why did y'all look at Richard?
It's just funny the way you said it. As opposed to what?
As
It's
to
a
being-
war zone. Conroe's a war zone. It used to be. Now it's safe.
No, it's safe.
I don't know. It's just the way you said it. I was like, I don't think you need to convince anyone to come check out the art in
That's
Conroe.
so-
Like, it's pretty great. It's there.
So I wanted to say that if you come to any of the festivals, you should feel very safe. And no, because I love
As long as Cindy's not there.
it's
that's
like
true.
losing my grandchildren. I've lost them at one of the festivals that they had, something that they had, and I had to go tell a policeman, I lost my kid. I can't find my grandchild. Where they went, and she goes, 2-4 fake thing there. We got lost kids. It goes all over to all the police, and they shut down the whole festival. They shut the doors down. I mean the gates down until they're found. It was amazing. I felt like such a bad.
Guess where she was? Right behind Cindy.
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay.
So if you're
anyway, if you're
thinking
going-
about coming to the Greater Conroe Arts Alliance Festival, it's safe.
It is safe.
What a way to sell it.
And with Judy Moore in charge of everything.
Moore?
Judy,
Judy Lanza.
did I not tell you
No.
she was going to get that name wrong?
Well-
No matter what name you got.
I went to school with a Judy Moore. That's why. I'm
okay.
sorry. Excuse me.
I'm going to let you guys
It's
take
Judi.
over. I have nothing to do with this stuff.
Yeah, but you're going to interject. You know you are. Yes,
I'll
you are.
interject.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so Judy, you have got a long list of credentials and all the things that you do and are involved in. But the people that do the different art projects here, I went to the gallery downtown and went, these are people that live in Conroe? They can draw like this. They can paint like, it is amazing. Yeah. And you're a teacher as well, right?
Yes, I have a music school, and I'm a member of the Art League too, so I also hang art there. And the festival is a little bit different than a lot of the other festivals in town that come in. Basically, in fact, a lot of weekends are filled with festivals here. We have a lot.
Yes.
But they're mostly bringing people in from the outside to be in the festivals. So this festival, Greater Conroe Arts Alliance, is made up of 21 arts organizations in Conroe. And so this festival is highlighted. I could read who's all in it, but
I put a link to the festival to let the listeners know.
That's good.
It's all right there.
No, thank you.
It's in the description.
Because we have performance art, we have visual art, we have cultural art, we have literary art, and so the festival is designed to take our local artists and let them shine. And because we have excellent artists, I mean, some of them have won national, international awards, and so we will have a. You want me to tell you about it right now? Or wait.
Sure.
So,
no, you're on.
Okay, so we're going to have the stage will be full. The symphony is going to be playing with their wind ensemble, the Jazz Connection. I have a band called Judy Lanza and Friends. We will be playing, and we have a dance.
You have your own band?
Yeah, we have our own band that we usually perform only at the festival once a year.
Wow.
So, but it's fun. And we'll have the players are going to, from the Owen Theater, they're going to be doing drama on stage. I think they're doing SpongeBob. They're also going to be showing plays on stage all day long, like 10-minute little mini plays all day long at the Owen, so you can go in there too. And then we will have 2 choirs that are going to be singing. One of them is an international. They've won international awards, but they're all from Conroe now. These are some of the 21 organizations.
What
that are
does
gonna be
that
there.
cost?
It's free.
No.
It's free.
It's all free?
The only thing that it
That's
costs
great.
is we have a film festival. We are so excited. The Crichton was not booked that night, and so Gary Parker with Indie Films, you know him.
Yes.
He is heading up the film festival. We have a lot of other things that I can tell you about when we get time, but the film festival we're very excited about it. Which Lynn has our main movie that we're going to be showing. That's we have a couple of them that have never been shown before, and hers is one of them. So it's going to be in the evening, and so we're
And I'll tell
pretty
you what,
excited. She's going to be telling you about.
We know
that.
it's going to be hot off the press.
Yeah, it's still being. Definitely. Yes, we have a couple others that are being edited too.
Isn't
right
that how
now,
it
so-
usually goes, though? I feel like
Yes.
that's how it
It's
usually goes.
definitely
Yes.
lit a fire, so we're getting it done. So,
Of course.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you stay up all night and it doesn't, there's no time.
You can't overthink it, though. Remember
no,
that. Don't
No.
overthink
but
it.
I do overthink.
But you're an artist, so.
Yeah, nothing's ever quite finished, you
Yeah.
know, kind of thing.
Never right.
Anyway, and talking back and forth with the people that are doing our editing, Bill Torgan is helping with that. Scott Baker is our main filmographer, and he's doing all of the fancy special effects. And there's a lot of that because we're a science fiction movie. We're a starship adventure. So there's lots of people appearing and disappearing and alien characters and
Now wait, I've got some pictures here that
You
you
do
sent
have
me.
pictures.
Yes, and our premier owner of the place is going to show them right now. He said, "Be sure and
Awesome.
tell me when you want the pictures." And I
yeah,
went,
there should
okay.
be some of Dennis in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Here, I'll put it. You mean put them up? Is that what you want?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
put Dennis up. He
yeah.
plays Jerome.
Here, let me,
He
find 'em.
is he's an aged gentleman, but the people on East Europia, they age in reverse. So he actually plays the character as a 6-year-old child.
Oh, perfect.
And he's amazing.
Typecast.
I mean, he's amazing. I'm gonna tell you, Dennis is, in my opinion, one of the best actors that we have ever produced. Well, he was an actor way before he came to our theater stages in Conroe, but he's amazing, and that's why I picked him for this part, because I knew it was going to take some prowess to get through that part.
Well, he said, Cindy, I just
that
had
is
this
so
little,
sweet. Thank you very much.
That's the truth.
and it's on tape. You can play it back.
Yeah.
When you get home, you can go back and
I will
and
over
play
and
her
over
saying
again.
that over and over again.
I'm going to have
Good.
it blown up and put up on my wall. Yeah.
should.
In my
So
bathroom.
you
even.
should.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be his ringtone.
Dennis is one of the best actors I've ever heard.
Well, I have a question for Lynn, because I love sci-fi, and when I heard about this project, I was like, oh, I love this kind of stuff. And then when you cast Dennis, because one thing I respect about Dennis is he's kind of willing to do whatever. Mm-hmm. So how was the rest of the cast? Because you guys got all sorts of different aliens and.
Well, most of my cast came straight off the theater stage.
Okay.
So very few of them had any actual film experience, except for I think Dave Kerr and maybe you, Dennis, have done.
No.
Well,
no,
Dave,
no.
I know Dave Kerr had.
What's it? Caleb.
Oh, and
had
Caleb.
done.
Yeah, he's done some things. So, yeah, and some of the characters came from my classroom. That one of our lead characters, Danielle, she plays the ship's darling. Destiny Box plays that character amazingly. It's her first ever acting experience, and I asked her to read for it because she's always comes into the classroom just with a big smile and very bubbly personality, and that's what I wanted Danielle to be. And I asked her to read kind of a more dramatic part from the movie, and she nailed it, just nailed it. And she's amazing in the film. I'm very excited for everyone to get to meet her.
How many cast members are there?
Well, we have some lead cast members. We've got 3 leads, and I'll probably. Dennis.
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
While you're answering your phone, maybe
Smartphones.
I can ask a
No,
question.
it's not a ring. It's a thingy. I don't know what it is anyway. I'm sorry.
Amber Alert. It's an Amber Alert.
Surprised it wasn't my phone. Anyway, but Zachary Kirk plays the captain of our ship. He's Captain Robert Jonathan Lee, and Dave Kerr plays our the first officer commander, Commander Riggs, and his wife Sarah Maddox Kerr plays our second officer, and she plays Charlotte Monroe, Commander Charlotte Monroe. And then we have 6 or 7 more characters that are supporting cast. Terry Lynn Hale, she plays Lieutenant Commander Ellie Johnson, and Jenna Kirk, Lieutenant Commander LaRosa Vicoran Beckdy. Wes Bush, Chief Darren Taylor, Michael Martin, Dr. Shelton Jameson, Destiny Box, Lieutenant Danielle Davis, and Caleb Glass, who plays Talith. And he's a very interesting character. He comes from the same planet as Jerome does. Dennis plays that character. But he is Dennis's great grandfather.
So this isn't like Joe Black, right? Not Joe Black. No. What's the
no.
one? Is that
I
the
know
one
who
where
you're talking about. No, this
the age different?
the people on East Europia, they live for many, many thousands of years. And the younger they get, the more childish they become, the smarter they are. And they run the planet. They run what happens on the planet. And the planet's job is to flit all over the universe and troubleshoot problems within planets, within the universe, any electromagnetic issues, anything that needs to be done. And they have a mechanism for that.
So the older they get, the
Smarter.
younger,
The smarter
the younger
they get.
and smarter they get.
Right. So, and Talith, though, he's different. He's called the Ageless, and he never ages. He's always is. He's sort of my Jesus character. I have a God character who's the essence, and Talith is my Jesus character. And it gets explained more in the film. But the people are very joyful and calm, and they bring just calmness to the universe wherever they go and whoever they meet. So.
That's
Interesting
amazing.
race.
Now, are you sitting around the kitchen table and you just finished breakfast and you looked at this sausage and you go, that reminds That maybe we could do. How do you come up with an idea like that?
Well, okay, let's give Tina Lockhart some credit. She originally did a Facebook real-time adventure, and she picked a cast. I was one of those characters, and she set up a scenario, and it was a space travel scenario, and then the characters would all interject what happens next, what happens next, what happened next. So we did that for a while, and then the Lone Star created that program for beginner authors, and I was asked to write a radio play, which we did, and that was Invictus Chronicles, The Boneyard. So we did that, and it was published, and I was asked to do another, but the program ended. So I had a script with nowhere to put it, and we just started talking about it, and we just said, well, why don't we just film it? And I'm going, how hard can that be? Sure.
I think I got enough camera.
And I just
Battery?
I truly just imagined us with our cell phones, just doing these scenes, and I would do all the costuming. I costumed for the theater for 25 years.
Right. You're
So
perfect.
Great costumer.
I had that experience behind me, and I'm also an artist, and I do sculpture. And,
Great artist.
well,
And you did.
thanks, Jen. I'll put that on my cell phone.
Well, part of the
That's why
arts
I'm answering.
festival. Now I'm going to interject. I'm an interjector.
Everybody hold on.
Lynn has done for years these sidewalk chalk drawing things over there next to the Owen Theater.
Right.
Beautiful. I just couldn't believe it when I first saw it.
Are they
That
the
was-
kind that
that
makes
was-
you think you
Yes.
can walk down into it like
Yeah,
that?
No,
they're
some
3D.
of the
Some of them
artists-
are 3D.
Some of them.
Yeah.
It was a community project. Chalk Up Conroe. We did it for I think 15 or 16 years. It was open to anybody
Wow.
who wanted to come. It was free. We provided all the chalk, T-shirts, breakfast, and lunch for everybody, and we awarded prizes at the end.
And we are having kind
do
of a chalk up Conroe at the festival, and it'll be, we're not doing T-shirts, but Lynn told me, you can do
Go ahead,
you can
take
do
it
chalk
over.
up Conroe whenever you want to.
Yeah.
And so we did it for kids last year, and then this year we're doing it for anybody who wants to do it. And
That'd be
also during the festival, let me interject about the benches. The downtown benches, we're refurbishing them. That was my project.
That's great.
Yeah,
I
that was a
love
project
those.
that I started about 2 years ago because I knew they needed some work, and so it took about that long to find all the artists and to figure out what we need to do to make them right. And so during the festival, in March we're starting the refurbishing because we had to wait for the weather, and then Lynn has 3 of the benches, and then one Vicki McMillan Hayes will be working on one, I believe the Crichton one, so people can come by and they can do a little bit of work on it, get a photo op, and they can have a photo op of that. Lynn probably will be too busy that day to do hers, but
maybe.
but
She's still editing.
Maybe.
but she has 3, and she's gonna be finishing those up, so we can have a bench walking tour of Conroe, which you can.
Cool.
During the festival there'll be some of them already worked on, so people can go around and see them. So, but we really thank Lynn for jumping up to do that. Like she has time, right?
Well,
I
I don't know if mine will be ready to be really looked at by then, but we need to get a movie finished first.
Yes,
exactly.
It's a little under pressure.
I
here.
actually I had a great idea for a new bench. Y'all doing new benches by any chance?
The benches have
Aw.
the city's electric underneath them. So
Yeah,
that's
I
why
know,
they're
that's-
there. So they haven't said anything about any new
Because
ones.
my idea is you design the bench about Conroe, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you sit on it, there's a sensor, and it counts to like 10. All of a sudden, you'll hear like Dennis's voice, like, "Welcome to Conroe." Would you like to know about, and you can talk about the street it's on, and like, let me tell you about what happened on this street in 1903 when there was a great fire. And I think you can see people go like, whoa, like, what was that? And I think that'd be
I'll
great.
work on that.
That would
You're
be awesome.
probably telling the right person because I always have lots of ideas. That one I did not think of. That's a great
I
idea.
think
For a
Yeah.
small
you-
price.
but you-
I'm
you gotta wait, like-
available for a small price.
It's got to be like a 5-second trigger though, because he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I just sit on this bench. This is nice," and all of a sudden it's like, "Welcome to Conroe." Whoa, who is that?
Well, there is a bench that's going to say Conroe on the top. That'd be a great bench to put it on. But I'll be
like
working
it.
on that idea. Thank you.
Okay, thank
That's-
you very much.
That's great. I loved after I met Dennis. I want him to do some voice overs for my show to open the show, and so I had to do if these walls could talk, they couldn't get a word in edgewise. The Cindy Cochran Show or something.
Cindy Cochran Show. They couldn't get a word in
Be awesome.
edgewise.
So he did. I love, and there's somewhere in the lost
Archives.
and we got it. Since you're still here, it's good that you're still here and you still
the
have
most
that
part.
same
Being
voice.
alive.
For the most part.
Huh?
Good that he's still alive.
He's alive. He's alive.
Because I hate to have to go look for those. I'd rather
Yeah,
find
I know.
you
There's
because I
some
know where you
people
are.
that just have tried to. Never mind. Go ahead.
But he does all these different accents and stuff. So it was just it
He's
was
great.
perfect.
I told you.
You were right. You were right. Spot on. And he's our most loyal listener. Singular.
Yeah,
we
just
do have
one.
we do
Just
have
one.
more than one.
Well, I know my
Richard-
school's listening today. I
Your
know
school
that.
is listening?
Yeah, they allow me to film a good portion of the movie on campus.
Oh,
That's
They
that's
just gave it to
excellent.
me over the summer, and we did that. Now,
Conroe Christian. What?
Covenant Christian School. in
Covenant
Conroe,
Christian
yeah.
School. Yeah.
And we did do one scene in the home we were building at the time. Kind of picked the wrong time of the year. We still really didn't have like insulation in the house, and there's a little bit of air conditioning and maybe some fans. It was sweltering.
Insane hot.
We had a friend of mine came
Insane
in, and
hot.
she spent like an entire week just building these amazing set pieces for us. And my husband built a piece for over our fireplace where all the main characters are going to be standing. And it was,
Texas hot.
And those people,
Hey.
I'm going to tell you, they powered through it. Dennis complained a lot. And my grandson
Really?
complained a lot. He played one of the elders, one of the children, and he was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, they had little baby kids running
I felt
around
so
in this.
bad. We were like running water to people every chance we got. Stand in front of the fan. Stand in front.
I think we have a picture of your. Do we have? Is that your
There's
grandson?
my
That little
grandson.
kid?
No, that's not
yeah.
him.
Huh?
That's not him.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
your.
there's
That's
a
not your grandson.
The child you have, I think, is him. But I also have. You probably have a little girl that looks like she's like a little forest nymph,
I think I found him.
and that's my granddaughter. She's going to be in the scene with you and Talith.
Oh, cool.
We're going to just plop her in front.
Now,
far out.
after he did this, and he said, "I had this little part," and I said, "Dennis, in
No.
Hollywood, there is no little parts.
Yeah.
You make it what you." And he's going on about it. Did y'all, pad his part because he's so good that you had to give him some more lines or anything like that?
Well, what happens is there's a dream scene. Talith, he becomes unconscious during the movie, and he starts dreaming. He starts finally hearing his planet because he's been separated from the voices of his planet for a while for a reason that gets explained. But the dream scene is between him and Jerome, between Talith and Jerome. And Jerome is worried because Talith is getting ready to leave on a really long journey, and he's afraid he's not going to come back, and he's not going to have anybody to talk to. And so it's Talith is just calming him.
Will I ever see you
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, he's perfect.
Oh.
Well, then Talith disappears, and he doesn't come back. He gets lost, okay? And he doesn't remember who he is until he ends up on the ship, and he ends up having a part on the ship, and then they go back to his planet, and it's 300 years later. So now I need a younger version of Dennis, and Sean Thompson played that part.
Really?
Dick's old partner in crime.
Yeah, and they look very similar. And so it was a very good.
That's
That's a very good match.
amazing.
That's not gonna please Sean. You look
No,
just
Sean.
like him.
Yeah, you
Oh,
look a lot
you're
alike.
kidding me.
A lot alike. Anyway, but
That's
we
great.
had a blast, and I hope everybody had fun. And really, we just finished filming some last little parts because there were some issues with the film and some sound problems. And anyway, but
Always, yeah.
we're doing it. We are gonna have a movie if it kills us all, and it might. But I hope everyone enjoys it. I haven't seen the whole thing through, but I've seen quite a few clips, and they all look good.
I have no idea what the show's about. So
Oh, yeah, well,
you know,
Why
That's
should
the
you?
weird
You're
part
just
of a
in it.
movie.
Yeah.
You can shoot
Yeah.
a movie
I guess you
and
have to
not
wait.
have any clue what the heck the show's about.
I think
you
that
know?
happens to a lot of actors, right? They come in and they play a part and they leave and they have no clue.
Yeah,
what
And I go,
and it's weird
Why
because
did I
when you're
do
on
that?
stage, when you work on stage, you know the show. I mean, you work a show 3 months, right? And you're working every night and every day, and it's hard work. But this movie stuff, geez, I show up and they make me up, and then they, you know, and I do know my lines, but
Better than most, by the way.
and it just pop. It's done, and you're like, what? Oh, well, they kept telling me to be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Well, I'm a stage actor, and I hit the back wall of the Crichton Theater
Right.
when I work. That's how I work.
And we had a
That's
few
how I was
actors
trained to work.
that had to tone down their voices, but you all managed.
It's
fine.
the audio guy is going,
Television.
Who was
is a lot different.
I brought Marty Craig in. She's a long time. She was at the Crichton Theater when it was not a
She's
theater
the
yet.
original. She's an
Original
original
founder.
Crichton
Right.
player.
So
Marty Craig is
she
one of the original Crichton players.
directed and played parts for many, like what, 30 or 40 years?
Oh, well, yeah, at least 40.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I brought her in to
Yeah.
help co-direct with me. It was a lot of fun. I had this vision in my head, which she didn't have, so we worked together to get through the
vision
scenes
you
and-
had in your head, I don't think would probably match anybody else's
I don't know.
vision in their
It
head.
was the technical stuff that I had the most trouble with, and I had to do a lot of research on how are we going to make this ship. I don't want to do what everybody else does, you know, and how are we going to make this ship not only go faster than the speed of light, but transition into like another dimension. That's what we had to kind of do. So I did some research, and we based it off the Alcubierre drive theory, which is
The
a
who, the what?
physicist. It's Alcubierre. It's a Mexican physicist. It's a theory of his, faster than the speed of light. It basically creates a bubble around the object that removes it from normal space-time.
Wow, this is a
And-
real thing?
Well, it's a real theory.
Ah, cool.
I mean, there's lots of theories that say that could never happen,
Yeah.
but we're making it happen. And so I collaborated with, I had a lot of help from Zach Kirk. We spent many a night on the phone just, well, how can I make this go? And what do you think about that? And we had some scientists in the very beginning that helped us sort of map that out. And so, yeah,
Now
the
that-
tech part was the toughest, but I made up a lot of stuff.
Well, a literary license.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's interesting because I'm thinking, okay, this is locally done. And so we'll probably see some string with the, you know, pass by. and that kind of thing.
We're trying not to let that happen. We don't have the guy in, no.
The fish mark.
No,
And so,
we have.
no, but it's like that's kind of always when something's done locally, and I wondered if were you trying to be campy, or were you trying to be
You know, not really.
Star Wars,
I mean,
or-
I wanted it to feel like a real story. I didn't want to have like this other shows that have like people are able to transition from one spot to another just, you know, with a device. That does happen in our movie, but it happens because of this planet, these Europeans, not because of anything that the technology that they have. So so they have to transition from place to place in a shuttle. So yeah.
well,
So.
when this gets closer, it's going to be March the 16th.
Yeah.
Okay, Judy, you have to really come back. You know, you have to come back
Okay.
and update us on all the
There's
Yeah,
things that
she's
are
not
doing.
getting enough time here. That's for sure. Because when
it's
she said
crazy.
she would come on, it was just a couple days ago. I was talking to her on the phone. I had never met her before, but I knew that she was the lady with all the information.
Right.
And so when she said she'd come on, it was like, oh, good.
Yeah. Anytime ever come and just talk a lot more about what's going to go on that
Yeah,
day.
But I will say that
Absolutely.
the film festival, festival itself is from 10 to 4, but the film festival goes from 10 to 10. and all 12 hours is local films. Now hers is our premiere film because she's got a ton of locals in it, and it's hot off the press. We have a couple other that are going to be hot off the press too. But people will want to. You can go from 10 to 4 or from 4 to 10, or you can buy an all-day ticket. And that's going to keep going. That's at the Crichton Theater. It should be up sometime today or tomorrow. The people want to go ahead and start buying tickets because I feel like it's going to be pretty.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah.
That's the
Are
one
gonna
thing
wanna get
people
in
do
there.
need to pay for that.
Right.
And it's a donation to the arts. So when they do that. So
It's brilliant because you put somebody's film up there and they've got all their cousins, their aunts, the grandparents, the parents, and the kids. And
yeah.
everybody's going to be there.
And it's going to be
yours
on
probably takes about 4 or 5 rows of all the people.
Well, I hope
their
so. I'm trying,
families.
some of my actors are not even in the state anymore.
No.
I mean, it's been, we started 6 years ago.
Wow.
So, and I thought
6 years
Before
6
ago?
COVID,
years.
right?
Now, I was told, and Tina told me this because she has some experience. She said, Lynn, it could take 10 years to do, especially a sci-fi movie like you're doing, especially since we paid for it. There was we don't have a big crew. We don't have lots of people doing editing. So we've done well, I think, with our time and our money. My husband and I, because...
Your husband. Talk
My
about
goodness.
your husband.
He is,
The man.
He and I are executive producers because pretty much it was our money. Dennis did contribute some money, and so did Terry Lynn. So that was awesome for him to do that because we had to buy uniforms for everybody.
Oh,
So, but
Oh,
my
yeah,
husband built
costuming,
all the
boy.
sets. He built all the bridge set is, I think, pretty phenomenal for
it
a
does. It looks
community
great. There's
piece,
a picture of the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. And Scott does amazing work with the visuals on that, on all the green screens. He does crazy. And Carly is in that. What's Carly's last name?
Carly Crimmett.
Carly Crimmett. She plays a blind, well, their whole species is blind. She's an alien, and she is on the bridge of the ship, and she basically can sort of feel schematics and anything that might be going wrong in the ship's mechanics.
Oh, that's
her job. And-
awesome.
And so she has a really cool little part in that, too. I'm really proud of her. She did great.
I'm so glad.
But my husband, he
A
and I
great
built
makeup
the ship. Yeah.
job on her too.
Yeah, that was-
She doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, I had to learn how to build prosthetics, which was that was hard for me, but I managed it, and they're pretty good. They're not like Paramount fabulous, but they're decent, and
but there's no strings on them, so
there's no
everything's good.
strings.
your
can't.
strings.
We tried to cover the edges as best we could. Anyway, but my husband and I, we spent a month just building the Invictus.
Oh,
The
man.
ship is about half the size of this table. and-
Well, tell me where the name came from, and to describe that.
Invictus
You know who
Chronicles.
came up with that name was Michael. He plays our doctor, Michael Martin. He plays our doctor in the movie. He does a great job.
He's a great actor.
He plays it with a British accent, so it's really good. But we were sitting around a table trying to come up with a name, and he came up with Invictus. And I liked
What
it.
does that mean?
I think it's a name from a World War I or II ship.
Because I was going to Google that, and I
Yeah.
forgot to do it before I left. And
I don't know what it
Invictus.
means. I just like the name. I just like the name, and it sounded very spacey. Anyway, but it was actually a name of a ship, and
Okay.
he could have told me more about that, but I didn't ask him. So
We'll
but,
research it.
He's a long
Yeah.
he's a long time actor at the Crichton Theater.
Yes, he is.
He's starred in you name it. He starred in it over at the Crichton Theater.
Now, the Owens going to be showing short clips of different plays on their stage?
They're
during the
actually going to
festival?
be performing on the Owen stage too.
Not showing. I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing
Yeah.
a play, the short bits. What do you call? Short sections of the play.
They're going to
and-
be not the SpongeBob one that they're doing. It's 6 separate 10-minute plays.
Okay.
Jean Campy, she wrote 4 of them, and then somebody else wrote 2. And so that's just
great.
one thing that's going on. But we have a whole kids village. We're going to have a Lego build. We've
And
got
that's on March
pottery.
16th.
Yeah, they can come make a
that's
pottery
happening.
bowl. They can there's going to be painters everywhere that people can watch them paint, and we're having an auction at 3:00. Help us come support the arts and come buy some art. Some of these painters are amazing, and they're going to be out there where you can watch them. We have a live model tent, but some of the vendors are going to be painting. We have plein air.
Now you know how cool that is. Everybody has a phone, so
There's no nudity involved, is there?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a family-friendly festival.
Oh,
so
okay.
They can.
You would ask.
I just thought I'd,
no,
you know.
yeah,
There's none in the movie either. We
Yeah.
are PG.
That's
It
true.
is PG. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yes,
That's
there's,
good.
There's no bad words in our movie. It's family oriented.
yeah.
Until you find out what Invictus means, and then they'll come up and say,
No.
Actually, the whole festival is family-friendly.
Of course.
There's not any
You're
alcohol or
Conroe.
anything either. But,
You're
there's plenty of
safe.
places around there people can go if they want to for that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah.
wanted to make it
Yeah.
so that kids.
I'm
or
sorry.
families or,
You mentioned
anybody can come, so-
artwork, and my mind immediately goes
But I
to.
was thinking how cool that is that everybody has a phone, so they come up on something that they like, and they can show the artist actually painting it,
Right.
and then they can buy it.
Exactly.
And that's awesome.
That's what we're trying to. We just want people to actually be able to not only see art but do it. And so we have people. They can go do the chalk art. They can do that. Like I said, the pottery.
Is the chalk art going to be in the same park that we did Chalk Up Conroe?
No,
Is it a different
because we are using that for a lot of
Yeah.
things. But it'll be on the actual street, Main Street. Will be. We haven't set everything up yet where everything's going to be, but
They'll block the traffic. Everybody,
Yeah.
don't worry.
That'd be
That's all
good.
blocked. Yeah, but can kids come up, and do you have a thing for like kids to draw? Or do anything like that?
there's no age limit.
No
Anybody
age
can do
limit.
it.
That's great.
Yeah, everybody can go. Whoever wants to.
Would-
We have a
would you
mural.
just got tons of chalk available,
Yeah.
and
We have
you
people
can-
overseeing it,
far out,
each
yeah.
thing. We're going to be having living statues where Christina
Oh,
Sato
those are
is doing that.
great.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
fun.
they're also going to be walking
From
around. You
the-
can take photo ops. Well, they'll also be walking around in costumes. We've got the theater's doing that.
Is that like from the
theaters.
Renaissance Festival?
It's probably going to be not those kind of characters. It's going to be more. We're not. It could be Disney. It could be. Different. There was a lot of characters. There was this. In armor. What do you call that? Well, it was a guy in armor. He was out there last time, and we had last year we had a little bit of this, but this year we're really going bigger. Different characters from different plays were out there walking around, and then they also were doing the live statue where they were frozen, where you can go and take a picture of them too. That was really fun.
Oh, those are
Nifty,
great.
yeah.
And then the kids village is really got a lot of things that, like, we have a kids mural, a dance along. We have a prop music petting zoo. My school will be doing a music petting zoo, and then we have a prop petting zoo. CYT Christian Youth Theater is doing a prop petting zoo where you can come and do that. And we have several community projects. Another one is Joe Kolb. I don't know if you know him, but he's doing 2 murals. They're 5 foot by something of downtown Conroe, one of them, and I think Heritage Museum is the other one. People can go paint on them, and they will be auctioned off at the auction at the end. So you can go sign your, paint on it, and then they'll sign their name on the back.
become part of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
So
That's
so
pretty cool.
exciting. This is going to be really a lot of fun.
There'll be a lot going
Now,
on. Yeah.
Is there a music festival going on now? Like, I
Something's
saw-
going on down
yeah.
at the
Kent,
a
yeah.
park.
the
I
big
don't know
top-
what's
big
going
top-
on down there.
It's the big top. It's the
well, I had,
Circus?
What is
no, it's a flea market.
Oh, flea market.
Yeah.
Awesome.
okay. This didn't mean victory. He says 2 minutes. You got so we're almost through with this.
Oh my
This
gosh, I
went
can't believe it.
Fast,
Yeah, they
really
go
went
fast.
fast. Well, you guys are so wonderful to come and give us your time. I know that you're taking you away from your students, but hello, students out there. They'll be right back. Y'all stop that, what you're doing right now. And
And they're definitely doing something, let me tell you. Yeah, they're doing something.
you know those artists. But
Oh, yeah.
We're also going to be doing a panel at the end of her movie, and it'll be
Yeah, I was going to ask about the panel. Go
we're
ahead.
gonna- Yeah, so you picked.
That'll be
somebody?
fun, yeah. We'll have Zach Kirk will be there. I'm hoping to get Scott Bigger to come to talk about some of the special effects. A couple other actors.
that's going to be
Marty,
fun.
of course.
Now, this is what I would
When's
like.
that going to
I'd
When's
like-
that going to happen?
After the movie. After the movie. At the end of the movie.
I can hush it.
I
After the
I would l-
after Invictus Chronicles, there's going to be a
Last
panel.
one.
Yeah. There'll be other panels throughout the day, but that one is a special one at the very end of the.
Well, I'd love to have when you come back, like a sample of an art,
Yeah.
of pictures, that they have and that
Okay.
you like, and we could do that, and the
Pictures
artists
of-
themselves.
Oh, okay, like
And
pictures
with-
from the festival. Like,
Yes,
okay.
and then also with you, somebody dressed in. We've seen him, but
Oh, yeah.
if you have that, some of your makeup. your
He's one
makeup
of the easier makeups. So you're gonna make me do someone with the prosthetics.
Yeah, the prosthetics, right? No, it's so exciting. So we'd like for you to come back as it gets closer and you finish the editing and all that. That would be great. I know we've taken away time from that, and I'm sorry.
Well,
But-
no, I just answer phone calls. Do you like this? Do you not like this? Do you want that? Do you want that? And I just answer those calls.
That's the life of a director. But thank you, Judy, for coming last minute like you did. It was so sweet, and Dennis
Thank you,
getting you in
Dennis.
here. But we always end the show with saying thank you to our first responders, all the first responders, military.
Thank you, first responders.
We love you so much. You're so brave, and we're so glad that,
You took care of me this past weekend.
yeah,
I was in the hospital. We won't talk about it. Goodbye.
you won't? Oh, man. Every old person talks about the loss. Okay, so anyway, he's giving me the wrap up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.